Everybody, welcome back to the Homestead. We are very excited today. We are going to be going ahead and putting up our second wind turbine. This model here is the Wind Blue Power. It's the model DC 540, and we're going to go ahead and hook this up today, lift it up on a pole, and then go ahead and walk you through how we have it all wired up and how it's going to go ahead and charge our batteries. So we're very excited to finally have this second wind turbine up on the Homestead that's going to provide power for our office. The other wind turbine that we have, it's the Primus Air 40. That helps to power our greenhouse. This is going to go help to power our office, a trailer that we've converted into an office. And this is how we stay connected with you all. Our solar panels, and this wind turbine will help power our router, the DSL line that we have running up this mountain, and also helping to charge our laptops and cell phones. And this is how we can do videos. All of the videos that you see here are powered by solar power, but now they're going to be powered also by wind power. And so that's how we can stay connected with all of you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We're going to go ahead and walk you through how we're doing everything, how we're wiring everything, and how we have everything set up. So stick around. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're hooking up three-phase AC. You're going to have a ground, and you're going to have three-phase AC that come out of the alternator or the wind turbine. And the three-phase AC allows you to travel a greater distance without any power loss. And then when it gets to the location where the batteries are at, you use a rectifier to turn it back into DC power. What you're looking at with this is it's called a slip ring connector. And what this does, it allows the wind turbine to turn in any direction possible without the wires being all tangled up. And so a lot of wind turbines, if you don't have this, the people who put these wind turbines up rely on this hopefully to correct itself once the wires get tangled up enough that it just turns back around and untangles itself. Well, that doesn't happen all the time. So what you use in place of it is called a slip ring, like this, and it allows it to turn 1,000,000 times over without it ever tangling up. And so it's just a good thing to have, and we're going to go ahead and install this on this pole inside here and hook up everything, and then hook this up to the wind turbine so that we can have that flexibility of not having the wires getting tangled up and being under stress. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, so we've gotten this completely installed inside the pole. All the connections are made inside the pole, and the slip wire is connected, and you can spin this thing infinity, and it'll never get tangled up. So we're going to go ahead and now connect this to the alternator and the wind turbine alternator, and go ahead and finish getting this on the pole and get ready to lift it up. Hey everybody, this is our box. So if you've watched our videos before, you've seen the inside of this box. This is the box that we have built and constructed to charge and keep our trailer powered that we've converted into an office. This is where we charge our laptops, our phones, and also use this to power our DSL line that we have coming up the mountain. And so basically what we have here, let me just give you a quick rundown in case you haven't seen any of our previous videos and you don't know what's going on in this box. It's pretty simple, but there's a lot of wires, so it can get confusing just by looking at it. So let me give you an idea of what's going on here. These four batteries that you see are AGMs. They're AGM batteries made by Rolls, a company called Rolls. Good batteries that are 120 amp hours each. They're wired in a 24 volt configuration. They are 12 volt batteries. Each one is a 12 volt battery, and they're wired in 24 volt. Okay, so it's a 24 volt system. We have a fuse going on here. This is our battery lifesaver. Highly recommend that. And we have, of course, our Samlex inverter. This is the breaker box down there. And this is the Midnight Solar, the Kid. And so far it's been working out really great. I really enjoy this right now. The system is sitting in float at 27.1 volts, just where it's supposed to be sitting. So, and the sun's it's kind of later in the day, so the sun's kind of going down. We're getting 128 watts, but it's in float. So anyway, the additions that we've made are over on this side. You see a new charge controller. I have the faceplate off right now so you can see and I can describe what's going on. We have a new fuse right down here. We have a switch box down here. And then we have a rectifier right there. And we have a bus bar right there that we've made. And so this is all new. So let me just give you a quick rundown of what's going on, how this is working.
this hole right here is coming in with some wires. This wire here, this yellow wire, is the 3-phase AC wire that's coming in from the wind turbine. Now the wind turbine is putting out 3-phase AC power. It's approximately 80 feet away from this location right here. And so it's very good that we're using 3-phase AC off of the alternator, because 3-phase AC power can travel, at least 200 feet without any loss of power. And so we're running 3-phase AC. There's 3 wires that come into 3 terminals on this rectifier. It does not matter how you hook them up. When you use a rectifier, you take the 3-phase AC and just throw them on the 3 posts that are on the rectifier. It doesn't matter what order you put them in. And then what comes off of the rectifier is DC power. So you have 3-phase AC coming in and DC coming out. This is right here. This is the negative of the DC coming out. And then down below, let's see if I can get where you can see it. So there it is. There it is right there. This is the DC positive coming off of the rectifier. Now let me show you where that's going. So the positive comes off the rectifier and goes into the switch box. Okay, and the switch box basically allows the turbine to short circuit and turn itself off. I showed that in another video. When the turbine is spinning, and if a storm's coming through and I'm worried about dangerous winds coming through the area and I don't want to damage my wind turbine, I can flip the switch, turn off the switch box, and that immediately stops the turbine from spinning, and does a good job of that. It basically it sends a short to it and just tells it to stop. That's how it stops. And then, so the positive comes into the switch box, and then the positive comes out of the switch box. I know this is a black wire, but I need to label it red. And then comes to a fuse right there, and after the fuse, it goes out of the fuse and to the battery terminal. Positive on the battery terminal right there. So it's very simple. Now, you have a bus bar, and so you have the negative from the rectifier, which is the turbine, that comes off and goes to this bus bar. You have this negative that goes to the negative of the battery terminal right there, and then you have this other negative that goes to the switch box. And so here's a diagram real quick so you can see how the switch box is wired up when used in conjunction with 3-phase AC power. So it's not that hard, not that difficult to hook up. Very simple, very easy explanation, and it just took us a few minutes to hook it all up. Anyway, so what's this box here? Okay, so this is something I realized that I needed to have, with this wind turbine setup, and it's called a dump charge controller or a dump load controller. There's a lot of different names you can use this for, and this controller basically is you can use this controller in a number of different configurations, but I'm going to use this as a dump load controller. Okay, so you're inside of the trailer, and what we've got going on right now against this backsplash, this is where the stove used to be right here. You can kind of see the stove. It's all dirty, but we don't use this in here anymore. But this is kind of the inside of this trailer, and against this backsplash right here, we have a 24-volt resistor bank. Each one of these resistors is 300 watts, so there's basically a 600-watt 24-volt resistor bank. And coming off of that charge controller I was just showing you are 2 wires, a positive and a negative, out of that charge controller, and they connect into this resistor bank. And what will happen is when those batteries get to the point of being charged, that controller, that dump load controller will begin to divert energy out of the battery bank and into this resistor bank. And this resistor bank will heat up, get nice and hot, and begin to use that extra energy to produce heat. And so, the result of this is we're going to have a heated trailer in here that we can use because this is our office. We have a table back here with our laptop set up on it, and we'll be able to use this, and it'll be a heated office in the wintertime, which will come in really handy. Now in the summertime, the wind doesn't blow as much and the sun's out a lot more often anyway, and so I'll probably just turn the wind turbine off and turn that dump load controller off during the summertime. But in the wintertime, we need a place for the extra energy to go. It's going to go right here into the set of resistor banks, 600 watts, 24 volt. If you're wondering where we got this at Missouri Wind and Solar. I looked online for the cheapest set of resistor banks, not cheapest made, but where I can get the most affordable bang for my buck. And Missouri Wind and Solar absolutely was probably the cheapest, including shipping, to get this to my door. So Missouri Wind and Solar provided this battery bank.
you can go to their website and find this 24 volt, 12 volt, or depending on what your system is, you can find resistor banks there on their website. Okay, so there's the box in all of its glory again. If you're still confused on how this is all set up and how it's wired up and you want a diagram, well, here you go. We made a diagram for you guys, and you guys can take a look at this and see exactly how everything is wired up, how everything is configured, and so it's just in a very easily graphical, readable format. So check that out, and this graphic is also downloadable from our website. You can search for wind power, I think, and that'll bring it up, the article up. But if you do that, check out the article, and then it'll kind of give you a rundown on what parts we've used, the actual names of all the parts, and where we got them. And so you can find these online too, so that if you want to build a system like this and you want to kind of build it based on what we have, maybe not exactly like we have, but you want a rough idea of what we're using and how we have it wired up, this will give you a good reference and resource to go to our website, see our article, see our graph, see our chart, and kind of go off of what we did, and maybe that'll make your job easier for you. Well, there she goes. It's working like a dandy. Check her out in all her glory. The one on the left is the Primus Air 40, which we've done in videos before on the past, and the one on the right is the WindBlue DC 540 from windbluepower.com. You can check out their models. Now, this is an old 2-blade model. From what I understand, they only have and offer 3-blade models and 5-blade models, but this one is an older 2-blade model, working just fine, as you can see, the one on the right there being the WindBlue model. Now, you may notice it's quite funny, actually, but the one on the left, the Primus Air 40, it looks like it's stopping, like right there, it's stopping. It looks like it's stopping on the camera, but it's not. It was so weird when I was filming this because I'm looking at the camera and it looks like the blades aren't spinning, but I'm looking up at the turbine the same time I'm filming this, and it's spinning like crazy. And so, just to let you know, that thing is actually working just perfectly. The problem is it's spinning so fast, the turbine on the left, that it can't keep up with the frame rate on the camera that the camera is filming at. So it looks like it's standing straight still. But anyway, both are working very well. We're very happy with it. Again, this video being about the WindBlue Power DC 540 that's on the right-hand side there, working tremendously well and putting out a lot of power, and we're definitely seeing a benefit from both of these turbines. And so, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I highly recommend the WindBlue Power turbine. Thus far, we'll do follow-up reviews on both of these turbines coming up in future videos. But you know what? I'll tell you this about both of these companies, both Primus and the WindBlue company. Both of these companies, neither of these companies will sell you a bill of goods. They are very, very upfront on the kind of production and power that these can generate. And there's a lot of companies out there today that will try to sell you the sun, the moon, the stars, and basically promise all kinds of things that their wind turbines will do, and it's just not the case. So anyway, I just be aware of that. These two companies, Primus and the WindBlue, very reputable, very upfront with the production that these will produce. A lot of people think going into wind and solar that having a few panels and maybe a turbine or two is going to solve all of the energy needs. That's not true. You need to do some research, folks. But this is a very good turbine. Both of these are good turbines. We like these. So the production that they're putting out so far, I'm very happy with the companies and the customer service that I've received from both companies over the phone. They were very polite and very eager to help me in my installation and to make sure that I did everything right. So, all right, there we go. The WindBlue DC 540. We'll see you next time on the Homestead. If you enjoyed this video, please click the thumbs up button below the video. It really makes creating these videos worthwhile. If you want to make sure to never miss a new video, be sure to click the subscribe button. Now you can get your homesteading questions answered. Visit us at our contact page on anamericanhomestead.com and send us your questions. Maybe we'll pick your question for a future video or article on our website.